one advice I want to give you all, brothers and sisters, whenever you sense something is a bit hard and it's not easy for you, don't always take the easy way out and say, look, I can't do this. It's hard for me. I tried many times. I can't do this. I'm going to leave. Set yourself a high, like try hard, push yourself to your limits, give up. And I can reassure you that some things that you think are very hard and they're not easy and they're complicated and they might not make sense. Wallahi, I'll tell you something, brothers and sisters. It's so easy when you put your mind to it and your heart. It's so easy, so simple. It's like, is that all it was? And I'll tell you something, brothers and sisters, I generally don't like sharing too much stories. But there's one story I remember. I didn't like grammar. I never liked Arabic grammar. I was against it in a way because I felt like there are many other things I want to learn. I want to learn fiqh, I want to learn hadith, I want to learn aqidah, I want to learn other sciences. So I went to one of my teachers one day and I read on him a book. As I was reading, I read it wrong. I would make the fatha, the kasra, the fatha, dhamma, everything. So in a very polite, respectful way, the Sheikh said to me, Abdul Rahman, he said to me this, and I remember it. It made me feel very, very embarrassed. But I like it. What he did for me, it was a good lesson. He said to me, Abdul Rahman, do you see the circle over there? I mean, the circle over there. And I remember it so clearly. It was a circle where there were little kids, infants, young kids. And he told me, go to that class and sit there and inshallah ta'ala, listen. And those kids were like 8, 9. I myself was young at that time. But he said, you need to go to that class and you need to really understand Arabic grammar. You need to go to the bottom of it. And I'm not going to lie to you, it was so hard for me to turn my back from all the other sciences that I loved and go to that circle where I'm going to be studying grammar with young kids. You understand my point? And it was a good decision I made to go and study Arabic grammar, start from the beginning, make my way up and get there. Because what I realized is that, and I always used to hear this a lot from my father, whenever you go to a khutbatul Jumu'ah, and we would leave the khutbatul Jumu'ah, and it was done in the Arabic language, my father would say, did you understand what was said? And I'd say, yeah, I did this and this and this and this, and he would ask me questions about the khutbah. And he would always say one thing that resonated with me, I always remember it, which is, the more a person knows the Arabic language than you, the more his knowledge of the religion is stronger than yours. And the more Arabic he has over you, the more he knows the deen more than you. Whether that person pursues it or not, it's a different situation. But then he can go to the sources better than you can. Okay? So I want to encourage you all, inshallah ta'ala. It's important for every one of you to learn Arabic and to learn the grammar. Very important, very important. It goes into all sciences. All sciences. It goes into aqidah. It goes into fiqh. It goes into hadith. It goes into usul al-fiqh. It goes in every Islamic science. Grammar goes in. It goes into tafsir of the Quran. And the explanation of the kutub al-hadith when you're explaining it. It goes in every single place. You can't be a qari if you don't know the nahu. You can't be a qari if you don't know nahu and sarf. You can't. How can you be a qari? The different qira'at is based on the different Arabic dialects. So you need to know each one. You can't be a faqih if you don't know the Arabic language. Some would ask you questions on a mas'ala. A man said to his wife, "Talaqtuki." Is that divorce? And you say, yes, that's a lafzun sarih. How do you know what is a lafz sarih and a lafz which is kinaya? How do you know what's direct divorce and what is indirect? How do you know it? What's sarih and what's kinaya? How would you know that? It goes into aqidah. And when you look at the Jahmiyyah who negated Allah's names and attributes, they used وَكَلَّمَ اللَّهَ مُوسَى تَكْلِيمًا. So they changed Allah talking to Musa, they changed just by the harakah, they changed it into what? Allah did not talk to Musa, but rather Musa talked to Allah. That's what they changed the ayah to. Again, kasra and fatha is all they changed. And then the whole entire meaning changed. And from there, they want to say Allah doesn't talk, subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it goes into aqeedah, and it goes into hadith, and it goes into fiqh, and it goes. So sometimes what you see is great scholars like Hassan al-Basri and others would say that when they talk about somebody's deviation, they would say, min al-ujumi utu. The reason why this person deviated from the path of the Prophet and his companions is because of the ignorance of the Arabic language. You see? So I really want to encourage you all, please take time out for the Arabic language. Take time out. And then you can go to the sources yourself. You can go to it yourself. You get the sources. You get the keys. And you get direct relationship with the ulama, the people of knowledge, directly. Any people I see who stay away from learning the Arabic language and dismiss learning the Arabic language, or their teacher or someone tells them don't learn the Arabic language, I believe it's a way to keep those people blind, dumb, and deaf, so they can always remain under him. But once you learn the Arabic language, you are free. You can go out there and learn who's telling you the truth and who isn't telling you the truth, who's informing you that which is right and who isn't informing you what is right. Everything becomes clear to you once you get yourself into the Arabic language. And I've said it, inshallah ta'ala, the Arabic language is the language of every Muslim. It's the language of every Muslim. That's your first language, brothers and sisters. Your first language as a Muslim is the Arabic language. And then you can say, my, country, we speak this language, or my mother, my parents, they talk this language, but your mother tongue is Arabic, every Muslim. Whether he reverted from England and he's a white Englishman, or whether he's a Scottish man who took Islam, or he's an American who took Islam, or he's an Indian that took Islam, or he's a Somali, it does not matter. Arabic, as soon as he takes the Shahada, his first language is Arabic. Does that make sense, brothers and sisters? That's your language. This language is yours. He chose this language for you. So you learn it, you acquire this language, and then all the other languages become secondary. Okay? So inshallah ta'ala, please don't give up. Whether it be miss this class that you're doing with me or any other places that you're learning Arabic from, always give importance to learning Arabic. Arabic.